Yes. Back again. Motown Philly's back again. Coffee Break with JN is back again. What a little coffee break swing. Coffee Break with JN and his caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines, friends. Regulars, not decaf. Of JN going off. Not too hard. Not too soft. Well, hello. Guys, welcome back to your favorite internet video scope chat. It's not on Twitch. It's not some dude who barks at people and does flips. It's me. It's me. It's JN. Can't you see? Guys, welcome back to Coffee Break. Let's see who is in the building. Let's get this party started quickly. What up, Jeff? Shout out to Jeff. What up? Good to see you, brother. Let's see who else. I see the mighty Warango Dynasty represented. I see Suze. What up, Suze? Suze, if you can stay awake tonight, we will Suze pose. I also see Matt. What up, Matt? Good to see you, my man. So fantastic to see you. I see Joseph. 2, 3, or 4. Bam, 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 bam. Let's see who else is in there. I said Ronaldo. That's right. Well, hello. Well, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else is snuck in here? James. What up, James? Good to see you, brother. As I know on a good authority that every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man. Hello, James. Good to see you. Yes, it's internet coffee time. Yeah, you know how it goes. Hey, Matt. Hello. How are you? It's good to see you. You see, I'm dressed like your favorite friendly neighborhood cartoonist. Good to see you. Yo, Bill, what's going on? Well, hello. Good to see you, Bill. That's right. Ronaldo says, Jay and rolling the yacht rock drip. What a fool believe. Yo, man, I know how to put it together. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Sue says, I must stay awake. We're gonna have the toothpick gimmicks in your eyelids. We got a clockwork orange shoes to make sure you don't fall asleep. Bill says, in true podcast fashion, I'm watching this in one room. The wife is doing her Brazilian comics podcast in the studio. Yes, that's what we do. We're multitaskers. We get it in. Well, thank you. Actually, you know what? Because of the lighting in here, this is pretty much like a butterscotch joint. So thank you. I got a rep. Got my low on. Got the horsey. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have. All the stuff's got a matchy. I keep telling them. I didn't get here all on skill alone. A lot of it was handsome, good looks, a smiling angelic countenance, and a lantern jaw with movie idol good looks, and tell them guys, a 16 charisma with a +3 modifier. But thank you, I appreciate that. I think people seem to forget all the time that I put it together pretty nice. I put it together, and even when I don't, even when I don't, this is grown man shit. This is what we're doing. Yo, Billy Bob, hello. Well, hello. Because you know what, guys, I'm gonna call it what it is. The pandemic got a lot of y'all jacked up, where people started believing the hype about athleisure, right? People just got nothing but sweatpants and hoodies, and I see it when I'm on an airplane. People just dress like they just rolled out of bed. You got to get crispy, y'all. So just you see how the mood changed in the chat when they're like, "Oh, okay, JN, yeah, that's right. Look under your bed, the bougie man." Must be- Ronaldo, didn't I send you that? Like, what was it? Daddy, the bougie man's under my bed, and dad's like, Bougie man. Don't you mean the boogeyman? And then under the bed, a voice goes, "The thread count on these sheets is horrendous." The bougie man is scarier than the boogeyman. You tell him getting crispy. That's such a great joke. Daddy, daddy, the bougie man's under my bed. So, guys, if you see the doobly doo underneath here, you see that there's this thing saying orientation funky. Go back to the YouTube channel. So, StreamYard has just introduced this new thing where it allows you to view the program landscape or portrait. And they kind of didn't really tell us how this worked. They just said it's on now. So last night on Pencil to Pencil, people were like, "Yo, why does this look like? Why is this all upside down on my phone?" And hold on a second. Roy McCoy, hello, Roy McCoy, looking good, sir. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you got your coffee. You're good to go. You're ready to strap in. Pause. And guys, tonight I will. Oh, let me finish what I was saying. So this new thing in StreamYard allows the stream to either be vertical or horizontal. So right now there are two streams happening at the same time. So you don't so James, you're seeing it. If you basically there's two streams happening concurrently. So if it's not working on your thing, click out of this and go back to the YouTube channel, and then you'll see another stream with the same exact thing. That's the one. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that not so janky. So that's kind of what that is. Right, right. They got to get it ready. So Jeff talking about fashion. Jeff says we drive through campus to the shop every day. Shout out to sorry, there's like stuff going on in my house. Um, Shout out to Oh Yeah Comics Muncie. Jeff says we drive through campus to the shop every day. The students are roll out of bed to class in pajamas and slippers is astonishing. Yes, it is, and like I gotta say something about like putting forth effort. And I don't want to sound like an old crunchy dude, but it's like, and I'll be the first to tell you, like there's a million times where like I get up and get ready for the day, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just gonna have like a t-shirt on or whatever, and some joggers or whatever. But I'm matching, but also kind of presenting yourself out in public. It's like, and I say this all the time, especially with older black men. You know what I mean? Like, I have to give off a air of professionalism. I have to earn respect because respect isn't always given; it's earned, right? So is you know if you're wearing the same stuff that your nephew's wearing, and you're like in your late 40s and 50s, like what are we doing? And I don't think there were enough kind of like standards for guys, and people always try to say these things like, and I won't argue this point, ladies, I know that there's a lot of truth to it. Oh, well, guys don't have it as bad as we do. Guys don't have to try like we do. Guys don't have to this, that, and the other. You know, guys don't have to this, that, and the third. But you do for real, right? So yeah, right. What's going on out there? So Billy Bob says it might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't care what people are wearing on campus or on planes as long as it's not disruptive. No, you know what? It is what it is. I feel you. I feel like if everybody is kind of in the same thing where it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter, then it don't matter. But at the same time, I kind of I feel like you get what you give in that sense, if that makes sense. That's right. That's Mr. Crunchy Dude to you. Okay. Billy Bob is 10 toes down tonight. All right, I feel that. But anyway, I'm also talking about, we get to a certain point in our deals where it's like, the optics of how you carry yourself in the world catch up to you at some point, right? You know, hold on a sec. Ronaldo says, "You see newsreels from the 50s and 60s that men would be wearing suits to get on planes and even go to the Well, yeah, because that's what you did when you went outside. You put on a suit, and you also had like people wore hats, right? That was part of the dress code. Like you had, leisure hats. You had your going to work hat. You had a Sunday hat. You had dress hats. It was part of your fit, And I've read a bunch of things that say that the man hat thing died when uh, Kennedy decided to not wear hats, or he stopped wearing hats in public or something. Like if you see these old pictures of like, you know, presidential inaugurations and stuff and people wearing top hats and shit, like it was like fancy, you know. So and then things loosened. And it's again kind of what Billy Bob was saying. Yes, my day is not shaped by what if somebody wearing SpongeBob SquarePants pajamas bottoms in the gas station trying to get some Takis. Yes. But I think, maybe this is the old man talking. I think you are judged on how you appear in public, fairly or unfairly. I think that's just how it is. Like, right? And if I showed up at things just like looking like I rolled out of bed, that would affect my career. We could debate it if you like. I think it's an interesting conversation. I don't know how we got here. Sue says it bothers me that people wear pajamas out in public, but I get over it. Ronaldo says yes, and you would stand up when women would enter the room or leave the table. Yes. Oh, everybody, please. Right. Never wear your hat indoors. Right. Never wear your hat. You know what I mean. There were kind of rules of engagement. Bill says, in the office, I keep a set of emergency slacks for other reasons and a button down shirt behind the door. It's come in handy, pause. Yo, real rap, especially if you're, Billy Bob is putting his hands up tonight. Like I said, man, you do you. I think there's a place and time for everything. I'm not the fashion police. I'm not the style cops, but I think in certain instances, um, I'll give you a really good example, like the airplane thing. Like I just read this article where people like, remember when people used to dress up to get on an airplane? Like what happened to that? Go back a little bit further. Remember people would get dressed up to go downtown, right? You're stepping out. They used to say that, where you go, we're stepping out tonight, right? You wanted to look your best. Now, if that kind of comes into a column of I don't care what other people think, cool. If it comes into a I'm not trying to impress people, cool. If that goes into a thing of, well, I want to be comfortable, that's cool. No, I got it. And, I feel like this is something we can talk through. And I get every angle of it. I understand. Um, and I also think that really that comes with age too. Um, but definitely there has been a decline in how people look out in the street. Um, Hold on a second. I was going somewhere. Ronaldo says, I still remember we had to dress up, button up shirt and tie for road games in school. Yeah. Um, oh, so this is what I was going to talk about. So, speaking of that, and I'm going to share something with you guys, and you guys can call me bougie. Oh, see, even you guys call me bougie in the chat is kind of to my point. Like, is it weird that I am wearing a sweater and a collared shirt? Is it? Should it be? I recently bought a tuxedo. So, just right in that space, somebody might go, "Oh, did you get a cummerbund in a top hat and tails and spats and bleh?" No, I did not. But you kind of go to enough things. See, James gets it because James is a sharp dressed man, so you get where I'm going with this. So there came a point in my life, and I'm not, you know, I'm not high life in it or fingernail polishing it, but I have to go to enough things that it probably makes sense that I buy tux. You know, when you have to go to some formal event and you got to rent a tuxedo, and you're like, "Yo, this sucks. This thing costs whatever," and it's like I just sweat it out, and at night I got to turn it back in, and I'm out $400. You see what I'm saying? So after all that effort and things not fitting right and all that kind of stuff, it might be worth it, you know. And also going back to that dress up thing, it's I don't hang out with him is and this is on some man stuff, right? I can't speak for the ladies because I don't that's not my life, but you kind of hit a certain age where you're kind of expected to have a suit, right? Once you get to a certain age, you just like and this is even fancy. It's like, yo, my daughter's getting married. I probably need a suit, right? Oh shit, my aunt just died. I kind of I need a suit. Like all these things start to add up where you probably just need a suit. You know, we're not like 20 anymore. Hold on, hold on a second. So you guys are talking about pajamas. Bill says many moons ago I got a tux from a Goodwill. My mom went and tailored a tux vest for me. Had that till college, but you look good, right? So I guess what I'm trying to get at is I guess the line in the sand where people are kind of like, ew, like you've got clothes, like or you guys have seen plenty of pictures of me where I'm in some sort of space where I'm presenting or I'm at a book fair or something, a festival, and I've got a jacket on with a little something in the pocket, and people are like, it's your mom, right? You see what I'm doing? I call Shogun. Where to go? I call Shogun. Gotta have a black suit, a blue suit, and a purple suit, right? Joseph says you got to dress up for it. Yeah, for the Rubens, it's black tie. You get to a place where it's just like and I think it might be age more than anything, right? And just being kind of like informed adult that you have to go to something and there's tablecloths and there's linen on the table and there's more pieces of silverware. You might have to like look at somebody else to see how you have to pick up the silverware and eat it. Oh, the little fork, that's for salad, and the bigger fork, that's for your bit. I just think that stuff is necessary to know. Maybe you'll never need it, but in that moment where you need it, you should know it. Does that make sense? So, say in one of those events and somebody shows up and they've got the checkerboard shirt, like they just took it out the pack. It looks like it's all creased up. Great, you did what you were supposed to do, but I don't know. I feel like I have a hole in my head tonight. I'm just saying. Bill says, also getting a custom tailored shirt is something everyone should get done at least once. Go see a tailor, get fitted. Yeah. Thank you, Bill. I remember a long time ago, I had this conversation about um, in where I lived in the city, in Philly. This is pretty new thing, depending on what neighborhood you're in or where you live or whatever your demographic. Not everybody has a washer dryer, right? Some people, you might live in an apartment complex, and if you guys read Leon, you know he always goes to the laundry room and uses the the good machines. Um, Now, some people, well, especially in like New York and things like that, the laundry mats are like pretty tiny, but they have this thing called wash and fold. And if anybody's ever used wash and fold, not not wear my tux on coffee break. Um, where it's a thing where it sounds exactly what it is. You bring in your bag of laundry and you give it to the lady, and she puts it on the scale and says it's going to cost you X amount of dollars, and I'll see you this afternoon. And you leave, and you come back, and your stuff has been washed and folded, and you take it and say good day, and you leave. Now, in Philly, that was kind of not a thing. Like, and then also that, see, I was waiting for the top hat. Um, you have to one get over a bunch of things. I got to this place where I was feeling like where I lived, I had the laundromat in my neighborhood suddenly had wash and fold, and I was just like, I'm never doing that. And there's a lot of it is just kind of like feeling weird about somebody like handling your clothes, right? So I finally did it, but I did it in a way where I was like, okay, well, you can have that stuff, but I gotta wash my own underwear. I gotta wash my drawers over here. You can't be doing that. So I'm going to do a one and twos tonight. I can, oh, am I on the right thing? Hold on, I don't think this is the right thing. Yeah, this is the right thing. Hold on, guys. Let's get a ones and twos going. Okay, this is ones and twos. Put a one in the chat if you've ever used a wash and fold service. Put a two in the chat if you have to go to the laundromat or have spent enough time in the laundromat to say that I've been in enough laundromats and I'm happy I finally have a washing machine. Whatever. I'm not judging. And put a three in the chat if you're not really sure on how to wash your own clothes. And we'll see how this goes. Bill said that the local dry cleaners also double for alterations, tailoring. You know what? There was a dry cleaner, like actually, when I came out of my apartment, there was a dry cleaner's little old family right at the top of the block. They were so expensive. I had to like hide my dry cleaning because I took it somewhere else. And she may have done alterations, but she was so expensive. I never messed with her. One one time I had to park. There was no parking in front of the apartment, and I parked real close to their door. I opened up my trunk, and I was like, I was like pulling my dry cleaning up because I would get my stuff dry cleaned because the job that I had to like surprise look nice every day. And the lady ran out the door and yelled at me from her stoop You cheat on me. You're cheating on me. I'm like, what? She was like, you got your dry cleaning someplace else. I'm like, it's too expensive. I felt horrible about it, but it's like, and I didn't ask her for a hookup, but come on, you're killing me. All right, so two Sue's, two James, two Billy Buck is you've spent enough time in a laundromat. All right, yes. Jeff, a little one, a little two. Ronaldo too. I'm super anal with my laundry. Pastor House, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Evan Elon too. Bill says one. I did watch it full because I had the giant down comforter blanket and had no idea what to do. You got to take that to a professional because you don't want to pull that out. Pause. There's a giant burn hole in it. You'll never hear the end of that. Joseph with a two. I'll tell you guys this. I cheated on the drag race. She said, "You cheater! You cheated on me." I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't afford you. Mama Carla, yo, let's give a sip of coffee for the matron saint of coffee break, Mama Carla. A first sip of the night. It's like I can't find anything. Sip of coffee for Mama Carla. I want to shout out. I don't know if you guys noticed this. This is the first night of the year where I pulled out my Ember mug. Talk about this is bougie. This is a digital coffee mug. And if you've been a caffeine in good standing, you've seen me use this in the cold. It's basically there's like a saucer, like a digital saucer that the seats in, and that's plugged into the wall. And there's an app on your phone that regulates the temperature of your coffee so it never gets cold. But I have to watch it because sometimes it gets so like you get that onion skin on top of it. All right, let's get back to this laundromat thing. Yeah, that's what sipper from Mama Carla. Yeah, that's what's up. Yo, you cheat on your barber? Yo, man, they be messing up your hairline, bro. Be careful. Ronaldo's just the dry cleaner episode where they shrunk his shirt but won't admit it. Yo, this is funny. I have a great I I'll pass your I'll answer your question in a second. Just give me that. Give me a second. We used to go to this laundromat, and one of the biggest things in the neighborhood is if a new laundromat opened up and everybody would like, yo, these machines, they work, and they even started to get really complicated. Like you could get like a swipe. You would kind of like load up your card and you would like swipe it through the joint. You didn't have to ka-chunk, put like 1,000 quarters in the joint and ka-chunk it, and your clothes will come out clean. Um, but there was this one laundromat. It was huge, and I have been watching these things. I finally kind of stopped doing it. These it was kind of like YouTube people who have side hustles or they have like different kind of hustles that you don't think about. Like we bought a laundromat and refurbished it, and this is how much money we make every month. Or people who hustle with vending machines. It's like, yo, I bought a snack vending machine, and I go to Costco and I load this thing up every week, and I just show up every other week and just put money in my pocket and I leave. But anyway, there was a super big laundromat, and it was nice. It was clean, and there was like good TV on, and you didn't mind being there. But at one point, something was up with the machines. Like you'd get your clothes out of it, and there'd be like like oil stains on your shirt, almost like somebody poured like olive oil. And I remember taking it up to the dude who, if you got change from him, he had this blue terry cloth towel he kept on the counter, and he would give you all your quarters, but he would do it in fours. And it was very OCD. It'd be like 4, 8, 12, 16. And I would go, "My man, look at my shirt. What's going on with the machines, man? We got to do something about that." And he would go, all of a sudden, he didn't speak English when there was a problem. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm like, bro, what are you doing to my shirt? So anyway, uh, Pastor says, I'm sure I missed this earlier. What is your coffee of choice? Black creamer flavored? Thanks, Pastor. Nobody asked me about my coffee anymore. I've been doing this for so long. I like old man coffee. This is probably Folgers in here. I like Folgers. I like, yeah, Folgers like medium roast. And I don't put any sugar or anything in it. I do put half and half, or get the pauses ready. Nut pods, and nut pods is not a pod of nuts. It's a oddly named creamer that's got uh, what does it have in it? It's usually like, I don't have it in front of me, but it's good. It's delicious. Yeah, that's right. Don't cheat on your barber. Thank you. Why don't laundromats never clean a machine? But I got a shout out to my boo Tanya, who she owns a laundromat that used to be near my day job. She was such a wonderful person, and hired, Mr. Ralph from up the street, who would show up in his Cadillac Seville, and after he got out of his Cadillac Seville, he'd pull out a chamois, he'd wipe down his Seville every day, wiped it down. Cat daddies like that who keep a clean car. And his job was to come in and just kind of like maintain the place. He was like the floor manager. So he would empty the machines, and he would like wipe down the, it was all very labored. Wipe down the surfaces, he'd wipe down the tops, he'd go in. And when Mr. Ralph was there, things were always tight. There wasn't like just like random liquids on the floor, people getting hurt. And there's something about that. Like if you put care into some cat daddies, right? They drop their lady off at the salon, and they don't leave. They just get out of their car in a parking lot and wipe down their car. Yeah, James, I remember the laundry days with rolls of quarters in your pocket. Luckily, I think nowadays they have more of like the swipe things, where you can like dip your card or whatever. Because I just heard they stopped making pennies, so you gotta be careful. I thought we have talked about everything under the sun, but we've never talked about laundromats. Ronaldo says our local laundromat uses a card that you load money on. Can't use the machines in the other way. Yeah, there's no kachunkers, right? There's no kachunkers. You gotta go do the joint over there and load it. Oh, Bill, I just heard about this. I think I have it in my Switch, on my Switch, like in the digital joints. There's a PS5 game called Arcade Paradise, where you slowly convert your dad's laundromat into an 80s arcade, and they gamify the laundry, aka points for wash, dry, and fold. I love a good cozy game. Yo, E, shout out to E. What up, E? E says the only time I spent in a laundromat was collecting the quarters out the washers and mopping the floor at the one my dad owned for a couple of years. I'm sure you have stories about the laundromat. Oh man, you almost got me. Now, I didn't make this up. And hold on, I'm going to look it up. I sound like really, really wild for even bringing this up, but it's delicious. Hold on. Where is this from? Wally World? Where is this? I'm just going to share my screen real quick, and you can see what I'm talking about. What a funny low key episode this is. See that there you go. This is a 4 pack of nut pods. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, it's like, which is the one I use? This is the one I use. This is now I don't know what the nuts in this is almond and coconut creamer, unsweetened and dairy free. And they have other ones. I've never tried any of these other ones. Coconut, almond. Oh, hazelnut. That makes my stomach hurt. So, what kind of creamer do you guys use? Or are you a Marine and you drink your coffee black? Oh, you've had that? So next time you guys are at the supermarket, you gotta go look for that. Cargo shorts were made for carrying quarters. Facts. Oh, Matt uses the old school joints, the fat-free powdered creamer. It keeps forever. That's so funny. So sorry guys, I still have to sip this thing up here. So yeah, that's nut pods. You get it wherever nuts and pods are sold. And I've been drinking this forever. So it's delicious, Mama Carla. Well, they probably sell it at your supermarket. I don't know if it's an East Coast thing, but it's good. Is Because of me being diabetic, I was never a sugar person anyway, but and I remember there was a point where I didn't drink coffee and I kind of like developed this bad habit probably in my late 20s or early 30s. And I was diabetic already and I would put like Splenda or one of those like sugar substitutes in my coffee and half and half. And then I kind of weaned myself off of all of that stuff. Like I don't use agave, I don't use stevia or blue packets, pink packets, or yellow packets. I just wean myself into just putting half and half. I really feel like it's torture drinking black coffee. That's just me. Shout out to Minnesota, Minnesota. You betcha. Wait, is that yeah? You betcha. Land Lakes. Bill says so. The Milo O'Donnell household is split. Adriana does individual coffee mate creamers. Bill does straight half and half or whole milk. Yeah, the coffee mate creamers, the joints that never go bad. Oh, okay. A little season like the peppermint joints and during Christmas and everything. Yeah, I kind of there's so much sugar in that stuff, and I'm not dissing anybody, but you just kind of go like, wow, the back of my knees itch every time I drink this stuff. Hold on, hey buddy, I'm being attacked by animals. So this is funny. This is not where I thought this episode was going. James says, when camping, the best addition to a morning cup is Bailey's. Yo, I can't argue with that. So, all right, let's do this. Let's put this in the chat real quick. If any of you guys are still, well, let's do another ones and twos, you guys. I'm going to do another ones and twos. And I know that Suze doesn't drink coffee. She is a teetotaler. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna try to make this interesting. This is for my coffee, my caffeines out there. If you, hmm, if you are a home coffee maker, like you've got a ritual, you've got your pot that you set up, or you got the Keurig, or you got your French press, You push it down, pull it up, pause. Or you're drawing with the slow drip, however you do it. If you're a house coffee person, put a 1 in the chat. If you're outside coffee, put a 2 in the chat, and that could be Dunks, that could be Starbs, that could be any of those things. That's a 2. Or this is even better. If you're a like bodega coffee person, like you like gas station coffee, you like low tier coffee, put a 3 in the chat. Like, you know what, you're not gonna make a thing of coffee at home, but you're gonna go down to the corner store that's got the gas station next to it and fill up and put way too many cream joints in there and just like 2, 3, 4, and you got this sugar concoction that you go out the door with. That's 3. All right, let's see what we got here. Chef with the peppermint joints. Pause. I love it. Passion's true. Bailey's does make everything better. Ronaldo has hibiscus tea. All right, you got some tea drinkers. And you guys, if you're a tea guy, you can do the same thing. If you only drink tea like at a place, but you don't make tea at home, you can play it too. All right, so we got Pasher with home coffee, Matt home coffee, Christophe. Bonjour, Christophe. Bonjour, mon ami. House coffee, Christophe. Evan 1. Bill, house coffee all day, every day. Mama Carla, house coffee all night long. Say what? House coffee all night long. Pastor says gas station coffee never seems to wake you up during late night drink. No, it doesn't. You've been on some of those late night joints where you're just like, let me just stop real quick, and you fill this joint up, and it doesn't do it. Sue's 4, making tea at the office. Okay. Oh, shout out to Wawa. You guys have seen my Wawa collegiate sweatshirt. Shout out to Wawa. Wow. Dr. Christie, hello. Good to see you, Dr. Christie. Congratulations on your Ringo Award. Bonsoir, mon ami. Good to see you, Dr. Christie. House tea all night long. Dr. Christie, what kind of, oh, you said 1. Wow, it's a lot of house coffees. Shogun, 1 all day, every day. Starbs hot chocolate. I hear mushroom coffee is really tasty. Mm. James says, start the day with a house coffee, then a cup of tea after lunch. Okay, all right, I feel that. That's really interesting. I think kind of what happened with me was, and we probably talked about this. I was a pretty hardcore Dunkin' Donuts guy, and it's just part of it. Like a lot of this is just ritual, right? You know, running late to work, getting the John, getting the whip. Work is there, but Dunkin's there. Make that cut, get in the line. You roll down the window, and your man knows who you are because you're there every morning. He goes, "Hello, my friend. Manager special and hot latte with oat milk." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, after you're doing that, because you're late already, and you're swilling the stuff. I said swilling because I see Sugar said that. And you look up at your passenger side seat, and it's full of spent coffee cups and balled up bags from Dunkin' Donuts. But what really did it for me is one time I went there, and I was feeling really like bad about myself. And I was also thinking like, how much money do I spend in this place every day? And I rolled up to the thing, and this is, guys, tell me if this has ever happened to you, because you're trying to be good for once. Like, say you go to the Dunkin' or whatever, and it's late, or they know you, so they hook you up. So I get in the thing, manager special, and if you don't know, manager special is a vanilla cream donut with the chocolate icing with the vanilla Johns in it. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, you know what? No, no, no donut. No, no, my friend, I got you. You pull up. He put three in the bag, and I was just like, at first they know who I am. That means I'm too much pause. I got to make some changes. Tell him, Frost. It's like a elephant graveyard in your car full of like just like blown out coffee cups. And there was just a point, and I think the pandemic probably just nailed it. I'm just like, I don't, I can't tell you the last time I stopped and got a coffee somewhere. Because I'll just make it at home. But anyway, what an interesting conversation we had. And Sue's just asked about French press. I had a love affair with the French press, and you know, on top of all the coffee stuff we talked about, I'm not a coffee snob. I'm really not. But I was enjoying the process of doing the French press. It was really like therapeutic. But then we moved, and I think I broke the French press. And then when we unpacked, and I bought a new French press, I just I'm just lazy now, and I use a Keurig. You can sue me. Ronaldo says, "But you ate all three donuts." There was once, it was like, I don't know, whatever the thing is around your place that probably closes at some point. So say your Dunkin' closes at 5 o'clock PM, or they do close in some places. Oh, and shout out to New England for carrying jelly sticks at the Dunkin'. Pause. They don't have jelly sticks outside of New England. Philly do not have jelly sticks. Yo, that was my joint. I should have just bought three of them. Keep one to rock and one to stop. Matt says, "Love my French press. The coffee is good and no plastic pods in the trash." Yes. IKEA French press, $5. Yep. Pastor says, "Hot hibiscus tea at Starbucks is really great." I might have to get it. Oh, see, we're gonna have to have French press with JN. There's a couple of YouTubers that I follow who have like kind of like talkie channels, but they do a lot of this stuff while they're making coffee. Yeah, Billy Bob, don't do it. So here's the thing about this ember. It's still the same temperature it was, or probably hotter, since I poured it, and that was almost an hour ago. So the thing is making it harder for me to drink this. These are like total first world problems. Carla says, "I like the bowl and basket maple bourbon coffee." Wow, that sounds elaborate. It does sound tasty though. So before we run out of time, it's funny. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't finished this coffee. This is a first. I'm trying to like get this down, but it's too hot. What is it, buddy? My dog is like hovering around me. Shogun, we've talked about this before. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to spill it because then you would just laugh at me. This is an Ember, EMBER mug, and this little LED light tells you that it's working. And there's an app. Joseph could go for some tea. Well, everybody has to come to coffee break with something in a cup because sippers don't count if you don't have a coffee cup. Ugh, sorry, I was trying to find the app for my Ember. And I'll show you if I can find it. Buddy, what is it? I don't know. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Let's see if it's working. Fair enough. Christoph says, "I recently got coffee home roast from Brazil and it was so good. It especially smelled good when I ground it. Oh, I would probably like to get one of those really like sexy machines where you can put the beans in one side and it grinds it. Then all that stuff is so great, and the coffee is so great. I just, I kind of just, I just don't. I want to, but I don't. Chef said he's crushing that Haagen Dazs. Did you guys hear about? Was it Jerry from Ben and Jerry? He quit the company because he didn't like the where the company was headed. It's pretty deep. Oh, look, all right, here you go. That is how hot my coffee is right now. Isn't that wild? I'm gonna turn this down so I can drink it. I'm gonna turn it off so it'll start to cool down so I can finish this. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, that's wild. So, all right, mhm. Billy Bob says, I haven't had a pint of ice cream in a while. May go get an ice cream sandwich. I think ice cream sandwich is one of the most perfect foods ever devised. Hey, Gordon. Hello, Gordon. How are you? There's all types of people I haven't seen before in Coffee Break, or maybe I haven't seen in a while. Well, hello. What brings you to the channel tonight? What brings you to the channel? I think we're gonna have a little overtime, you guys, but I'm enjoying this. I originally came into I actually made notes. Like, I was walking the dog and I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about. And there was a comedian who had a bit about video rental stores. And I know I've talked about, thank you, brother. Thank you. Oh, about how he misses video stores, and not for any other reason, but you kind of went into a video store and you made a commitment, right? You went to a video store and you went, this, or Ricky behind the counter who knows your tastes said, "Oh, you really should try this one," and you took it home and you watched it. How often do you sit on your couch and just mindlessly scroll through the joint and you don't pick anything? Or you turn it on and go, and you fall asleep, and then you forget what you were doing, and there was a commitment to renting a movie. I think even Netflix 1.0. Remember when you got DVDs from Netflix? Remember that, you guys? And it came in the mail. Remember that? Remember that? Haha. That was a concerted effort that you said, I want to watch this movie, and then I'm going to wait for it to show up in the mail, and then I'm going to watch that, John. Yeah, I sent that to you, right? Um, I think that's something that, being in a place where we have, yo, choice paralysis. Um, that's what we live with now. Like, you can't finish anything, and everything sucks. Like, all these things, it's all kind of like funneling together in the same place. I love it. Yo, Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Carla says, I needed the happy connections, and I thank you. No, thank you, Mama Carla. Thank you. James says, I used to sling Netflix DVD subs at Best Buy. What? Oh my God. All right. Yeah. I think we've done a million video store episodes in the past, but it's always really fun. And I really want to maybe. There was a second where I was about to go buy a T-shirt for my old video rental place I worked at. Real quick, last thing. If you ever worked in a store, write the name of your video store in the chat, and I'll shout you out. So I will say my second job as a human was West Coast Video in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Joseph says, I dated a back doctor. She was originally from Paris, France. She did this move to help my back, which she called her friend. I love it. Yo, Ronaldo, shout out Blockbuster and Movie Gallery. I have a fondness for mom and pop video stores. I never really loved Blockbuster. I felt like it was the belly of the beast. But Movie Gallery sounds cool. Matt says mine was called Your Video Place. Love working there. Best job I ever had. I love it. Anybody else want to share? Name, shout out your video store. There's a lot of Blockbuster video people. Blockbuster Video. Do you still have any of your stuff? Do you still have your shirt? You wear it to like old old get-togethers with your crew. Video Vault. Yo, they had Video Vault here. I got oh, Video Update. Oh, and I also remember shout out to Hollywood Video. They had bomb video game sections. Yeah, I bet you still got some buds from the video store. It's just like a whole different era and time, you guys. It's so funny. Oh, the saloon double doors. I know I've told stories about that. The saloon double doors, triple X means X rated with those giant boxes. Pause. Hollywood Video was around here. Yeah, Hollywood Video. That was like when it was getting kind of the end of the road and everything looked real slick. And do you remember that last part of the video store era when they had VHS tapes and DVDs of the same movie right next to each other? Because not everybody had a DVD player yet, and some people still had giant boxes in the back of the store. Come on, you guys. Shogun says, time for my yearly search to see if Scarecrow Video is still open. Scarecrow Video. Was the mascot just like like a legit scarecrow? Was it the Wizard of Oz scarecrow? Ronaldo says the creepiest was the guys who went straight to the oh, you know those guys that would go straight back there and you'd have to go flush them out because they've been back there for 30 minutes. Jeff says, I don't remember the name of the store, but my homie and I waited almost 4 hours for someone to return Tecmo Bowl. Oh no. James says, before we had Blockbuster, Video Depot was king. Love it. And Bill says, oh, Video Vault had DVDs, VHS, DivX, and Laserdisc. Shout out to Laserdisc. All right, guys, I went over. What a awkward conversation. But I had a lot of fun tonight, you guys. Thank you so much. I have a school visit in the morning, so I gotta get out of here and get ready to hit the hay. Um, love you all. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying my fortnightly content. If you'd like to see more of, come on, buddy. My dog is like distracting me. More of my content. Become a patron of mine today. Why don't you? What are you waiting for? Make the play. Make the sacrifice play, like Tony Stark would say. I'll even make it easy for you. I'll put the John over there. Thank you. Oh, I forgot the Sue's post. Is Sue still here? Although Sue's, report to the dance floor so we can do the Sue's pose so I can get out of here. Gordon says, I remember a store in mid Manhattan. I used to sell VHSs for about 100 and those large, yeah, the laser discs. Yeah. Yeah. Videotapes were expensive. Videotapes were like $100. Terminator 1 on VHS was $90. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. All right, guys. We're going to do this. We're going to do it right. All right, guys, get ready with me. All right, you ready? We haven't done this in a while. Let me find the join. I gotta do it. Buddy, relax. I put my hand upon your hip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. I can't find it. Wait, wait, where is it? Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna run out of breath. There it is. I thought thought the video froze. The pose was so froze. All right, you guys. Thanks so much. Let's get out of here, guys. You've been watching Coffee Break with JM with the boy JM. Let me get my stuff together. My dog's about to pee in the corner. He doesn't do that. He's a good boy. He's the goodest boy. I go by many names. Some of them may be your favorites. Some call me Captain Scholastic. Some call me John C. What was it, Philly? What is it, Ronaldo? Philly Seymour Hoffman. Johnny Five, Tony Five, how do you feel? I feel alive. The administrator of this facility, and also your favorite, the captain of this ship, John Luke Picard. Philly Donahue. Okay, we'll talk about pets next time. I love it. Pope John Paul. There are 4 Johns. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with me and my caffeines, and we chopped it up lovely. You watched me drink a cup of coffee and run my mouth. Now that I'm out of coffee, somebody wake up Hicks. See you guys soon. Join my Patreon. You've had enough time. Make the call. Good night.